we've had good news on the media about a more positive global outlook lately, haven't we? Yay. You know, I'm glad that people are finally seeing sense on some issues, and we're fighting narcissistic attitudes. Actually, things are improving slightly on social media. Gradually, there's less hate being shown generally, and there's more sense online. I've noticed that a slight positive upturn. You go down to come up. That's my philosophy on it. I was really privileged to have 4,500 friends on Facebook lately. You know, over the years my audience grew, and I created a lot of poems and things on it. I'm getting back into the swing of things, and I think they're gradually coming around to realise that the hacker was quite sinister. They weren't just hacking into my Facebook to scam people, but that was part of it for Bitcoin cryptocurrency, using my photographs and my created works. I think it was an act of malice and possible jealousy at my natural charisma and the fact that I was quite well educated and creative, and I've managed to actually persuade Facebook to try and help recover, Facebook Meta to try and help recover some items, because it was going from bad to worse, basically. I was chuffed to get such a number of people following me, though. I felt like I was getting nearly as many people as David Attenborough, but let's face it, no one can compare to David Attenborough energy-wise. They might have a lot of knowledge for their years, but I don't think anyone's quite as intrepid. I would sooner actually have as many friends as Greta Thunberg, but at school I lacked quite that level of confidence. I was intelligent beyond my years in some areas, so I could relate to that aspect of her. When she was a young campaigner, she's getting older now, but I didn't have the level of confidence needed to actually tell adults off. But sometimes they need to, and because her ideas on conservation match David Attenborough, I'm not totally against that, but you know, I'm for it. It's just the confident way in which she came across I couldn't relate to that well, because someone of David Attenborough's experience and wisdom, he's accumulated it over the years, hasn't he? So he can afford to be very pompous because of his expertise and his, as I say, his intrepid explorations of the world and wildlife, and what he's done to promote wildlife over the years. So I'm digressing a little here, but I lost that popularity due to the hacker. But you'd think a lot of my loyal friends who felt pushed out because I had so many friends are now communicating with me more, and that's a positive, and they probably felt pushed out with me being friends with so many people across the world and trying to create a kind of global sense of unity, but it didn't work for some people. But then again, some of the people that weren't bothered and were very friendly don't seem to have got back onto my new account. So I've got a very small percentage of these original people on it, but it's a privilege to have had that many people anyway, to be honest. But I can't understand why friends that communicated regularly and got stuff of value from my posts, which were often quite mindful and quite interesting, and that those suddenly, some of them haven't, maybe they've just not realised, but the mind boggles, that they've not realised it's hacked, so I've created a new account. They must be able to tell it's me. But I keep it private though, because for fear of being hacked again. So that might have something to do with it. They can't see my actual posts, so they think it's not me for some strange reason. I think that could be the reason, but I'm a bit disappointed in just a couple. But I know who's paying attention, so I'm made up with those people that can discern and pay attention to stuff. Well, enough of talking about me, because it doesn't matter how much knowledge you accumulate, it's not good to kind of follow in the footsteps of some people who have bluffed their way into power that think that way. So it's time for a bit of Shakespeare, I think. Methinks it is. Bill Shakespeare. Overwhelmed by the citrus aroma, the perfume of a healthy fruit, this uplifts my soul, almost sending it over, a gift of nature we don't need to loot, too strong to taste, yet inviting my palate. A rich yellow colour that runs the artist's gamut, a nature uncaptured and likewise inhaled. A smell that reminds us of cycles on earth, the welcome greeting of eternity removes the gloom of too much modernity. And so now you see this aroma has impact. It brightens the soul with the spark it could lack. Was that Shakespeare? No, it actually was me. Boom, boom. Got ya. Elon Musk, by the way, he's friendly with me. I think I think he's in the same age group, if not the same age, more or less, a bit older, and maybe he was beguiled by my eyes or something, or he could have begun to beguile. But he wanted to be friendly despite being quite controlling with me. But I can't get what he's saying. He was controlling with me being ethical and compassionate on X. He didn't like it. But, because I know a lot of people on there are not ethical. Quite the contrary. But they apparently make money for that forum, but I thought he was kind of joking. I'm thinking, because I've got an ethical stance on life, he was taking the mick, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm too ethical to be on there, so let's make it difficult for me, because I shouldn't be subjecting myself to such low life. I thought he was thinking on those terms. It's difficult to make out, though, some of his comments. I didn't think he was like that to make those comments, so I can't make him out at all. It's strange, to say the least. I don't think he's taking the mick there, even though he's taking the mick out of me a bit. I think it looks like he was serious, but how can he change his mind about somebody, a politician he didn't like, and now, or more than a politician, a president he didn't like, he now likes and has given money when they seem to be at loggerheads because they clashed. Very strange.